Assalamualaikum and hi everyone. Today I want to present about management accounting. Our topic is budget. Alright, let's move on let's meet our team. Firstly, Amirul Ikhwan bin Muhammad Suhaimi. Next, me myself, Aisyah Akilah binti Muhammad Nuriza. Then Nurul Zukrina binti Abdul Hadi. Lastly, D. Zafran Aris binti Zaidul. Alright, let's move on to another agenda. Company nature of business. Alright, our company name is Your Cakes Bakery. Your Cake Bakery operates in the food and beverage F&B industry, specializing in the production and sale of baked goods with a primary focus on cakes. The core business activities of your Chips Bakery involve baking, decorating, and retailing cakes while maintaining about quality, freshness, and food safety standards. And then sales are conducted directly to customers through physical outlets, pre-orders, or online and social media platforms depending on demand. Overall, your Cakes Bakery aims to serve the local market by providing affordable, high-quality cake that meet customer preferences and contribute to memorable experiences during special occasions. Alright, about total capital, Your Cakes Bakery is obtained mainly from a combination of owner's equity and retained earnings. The initial capital was contributed by the owner as equity to start the business operations. Other sources that contributed to the capital of the company are bank loans and investments from outsiders. Alright, the total capital of Your Cakes Bakery amount to 200,000, which is utilized for the purchase of baking equipment, raw materials, packaging, and to cover operational expenses such as utilities, marketing, and maintenance. Alright, let's move on to our location. Our company location is to K1 Lot K1 Ayon, Suara 1 to Jalan Tu Husin On, Kajang, Selangor. And then let's move on to organization in our company. Firstly, Chief Executive Officer, which is Amirul, and then Chief Financial Officer, which is me myself Akilah, Chief Operating Officer D. Zafran, and then lastly Chief Marketing Officer is Zukrina. Our company have two products, which is product 1, red velvet cake. This estimated selling for cake is RM125. And then for products features, firstly soft and moist texture, second light tangy taste, lastly balanced sweetness. Alright, for product 2, moist chocolate cake, estimated selling price RM100, only RM100. And then for product features is rich chocolate flavor, and then soft moist texture, and lastly smooth chocolate finish.
So for my part, I will talk about direct material. For our first direct material, which is flour, it costs RM3 per kg, and for 1 cake we will require 0.5 kg. For the next direct material is eggs. It costs RM1 per unit and required 8 unit egg for 1 cake. Next we have sugar. It costs RM4 per kg, and for 1 cake we required around 0.14 kg sugar. And for the last direct material, which is butter, that costs RM5 per kg, and for 1 cake we require 0.5 kg per cake. So for estimate closing inventory, direct material A, quarter 4 2025 we have 50 kg. Next quarter 1 2026 have as much 25 kg, and quarter 2 2026 have 10 kg. Direct material B, quarter 4 2025 10 kg. For quarter 1 2026 is 15 kg. Lastly, for quarter 2 2022 we have 5 kg for material B. For material C, quarter 4 2025 we have 15 kg, and for quarter 1 2026 we have 18 kg, and for the last quarter, which is quarter 2 2026, we have 16 kg of material C. For material D, we have quarter 4 2025 as much 5 kg. Then for quarter 1 2036, we have 15 kg. And for the last quarter, which is quarter 2 2036, we have 20 kg of direct material D. So for the next part, I will talk about direct labor. We have total of 4 direct labor in our production. First is baker, which costs us RM 1,800 per month. Next, we have decorator, which costs us RM 1,000 per month. And assistant baker, that labor rate per month is RM 1,000. And our last direct labor is ingredient preparation staff, which costs us RM 800 per month. Now we move to factory overhead and selling administration costs. For first quarter 2026, factory overhead costs have 3 things. Utilities that cost RM 4,500. Next, indirect material that cost RM 3,000. And last, depreciation of oven that cost 1,500. Second, selling and administration costs, we have 3 things. First, advertising expenses that cost RM 1,800. Delivery expenses that cost RM 1,000. And sales commission that cost us RM 1,000. Next, we move to quarter 2 2026. Same thing like quarter 1. First, factory overhead cost, utilities that cost RM 5,000, indirect material that cost RM 3,500, depreciation of oven that cost us RM 1,500. Next, selling and administration costs, advertising expenses RM 1,800, delivery expenses RM 1,400, and last, sales commission RM 1,200.
Next, we move to task 3, which is operation budget and extract statement of comprehensive income. For the quarter 1, first one is sales budget. For the first product, the expected sales is 220. The selling price is RM 125 per unit, and the total sales is RM 27,500. Next, for the second product, the expected sales is RM 310, the selling price is RM 100, and the total sales is RM 31,000. So, the total sales budget for the first quarter 1 is RM 58,500. For the quarter 2, first one is sales budget. For the first product, the expected sales is 290, the selling price is RM 125 per unit, and the total sales is RM 36,250. Next, for the second product, the expected sales is 400, the selling price is RM 100, and the total sales is RM 40,000. So, the total sales budget for the quarter 2 is RM 76,250. We move to production budget for the quarter 1, and for the first product, the expected sales is 220 units. Then we add the planned closing stock, which is 700, and the total units required is 920 units. Then we less the planned opening stock, which is 500, and the production required unit is 420 units. For the product 2, the expected sales is 310 units. Then we add the planned closing stock, which is 1,000 units, and the total units required is 1,310 units. Then we less the planned opening stock, which is 800 units, and the production required unit is 510. Total production budget for the quarter 1 is 930 units. Next, we move to production budget for quarter 2. For the first product, the expected sales is 290. Then we add with the planned closing stock, which is 800 units, and the total units required is 1,090. Then we less with the planned opening stock, which is 700, and the production required unit is 390 units. For the product 2, the expected sales is 400 units. Then we add with the planned closing stock, which is 900 units, and the total units required is 1,300 units. Then we less with the planned opening stock, which is 1,000 units, and the production required is 300 units. So the total production budget for the product 1 and product 2 is 690. Next, we move to calculate the total material to be purchased. We go one by one, which is we start with material A. So for the material A, the total material usage is 465 kg. Then we add the planned closing stock of material, which is 25 kg, and the total materials required is 490 kg. Then we less with the planned opening stock of material, which is 15 kg, and the total materials to be purchased is 475. Then we times the total materials to be purchased with RM3 per kg, and the total materials to be purchased for material A is 1,425 ringgit. For the material B, the total material usage is 372 kg. Then we add with the planned closing stock of material, which is 15, and then the total materials required is 387, and we less with the planned opening stock of material, which is 10, and the total materials to be purchased is 377. Then we times with the material price per unit, which is RM4, and the total material to be purchased for the material B is 1,508. Next, we move to the material C. The total material usage is 70,440, and we add with the planned closing stock of material, which is 80, and the total materials required is 7,520. Then we less with the planned opening stock of material, which is 50. Then the total materials to be purchased is 7,470. Then we times with the material price per unit, which is RM1, and the total material to be purchased for the material C is 7,470. Then the last one is material D. The total material usage is 465. Then we add with the planned closing stock of material, which is 50, and the total materials required is 480. Then we less with the planned opening stock of material, which is 5, and the total materials to be purchased is 475. We times with the material price per unit, which is RM7, and the total material to be purchased for product D is 3,325 ringgit. So next we will move to total material to be purchased. So for the material A, the total material usage is 345 kg, and then we add with the planned closing stock of material, which is 10 kg, and the total materials required kg is 355 kg. Then we less with the planned opening stock of material, which is 25 kg, and the total materials to be purchased is 330 kg. Then we times with the material price, which is RM3, and the total material to be purchased is RM990 for material A. Then for the material B, the total material usage is 276. Then we add with the planned closing stock of material, which is 5, then the total material required is 281. We less with the planned opening stock of material, which is 15, and the total materials to be purchased is 266. And then we times with the RM4, and the total is RM1064. So for the material C, the total material usage is 5,520. Then we add with the planned closing stock of material, which is 60, and the total materials required is 5,580. And material D, the total material usage is 345. Then we add with the planned closing stock of material, which is 20, and the total materials required is 365. Then we left with the planned opening stock of material, which is 15. And
Hello everyone, my name is Zafran. So for my part, I am discussing about direct labor budget, factory overhead budget, and selling and distribution budget for the first quarter and second quarter for our business. So first, we will talk about direct labor budget. As you can see, the wages expense are fixed, with bakers costing about 1,800 ringgit, decorator 1,000 ringgit, assistant baker 1,000 ringgit, and ingredient preparation staff 800 ringgit for each month, which adds up to 13,800 ringgit for each quarter of the year. So next, we will talk about factory overhead budget. So for the first quarter, for variable costs, which includes utilities and indirect materials. For utilities, we have 4,500 ringgit, and for indirect materials, we have 3,000 ringgit. And then we add on with depreciation of ovens, which is fixed cost, which costs about 1,500 ringgit, and then add all together, and we have 9,000 ringgit for total production overhead for the first quarter. And then for the next quarter, variable cost includes utilities and indirect materials. So for utilities, 5,000 ringgit, and for indirect materials, 3,500 ringgit. And then for fixed cost, depreciation of ovens, which is 1,500 ringgit. Total up, you have total production overhead for second quarter, which costs about 10,000 ringgit. And lastly, selling and distribution budget. So for the first quarter, variable expenses are sales commission and delivery. So and both of them cost about 1,000 ringgit each. And then for fixed expenses, we have advertising, which costs about 1,800 ringgit, which adds up to 3,800 ringgit for total selling and administrative expenses for first quarter. And then for the second quarter, we have sales commission and delivery for variable expense. For sales commission, which costs about 1,200 ringgit, and delivery, which costs about 1,400 ringgit. And then for fixed expense, we have advertising, which is 1,800 ringgit as well. So for the total selling and administrative expenses for the second quarter, it is about 4,400 ringgit.
Now we will talk about statement of comprehensive income for the first quarter 2026. We got total sales amounted 58,500, and direct material 13,728 ringgit, and direct labor is RM 13,800. For the prime cost, we got 27,528 ringgit. By plus factory overhead, which amounted 9,000, we will got cost of sale that amounted 36,528 ringgit. By deducting cost of sale with sales, we will get gross profit that amounted 21,972 ringgit. And after deducting selling and admin expenses, that amounted 30,800, we will get the net profit for the first quarter 2026, which amounted 80,172 ringgit. So now we move to the statement of the comprehensive income for the second quarter 2026. Total sales we got 76,215 ringgit, and for the direct material we got 10,004 ringgit, and the labor is 13,800, and for the prime cost we got 23,804 ringgit. By plus factory overhead at cost of 10,000, we will get cost of sale that amounted 33,804 ringgit. By deducting cost of sale with sale, we will get gross profit RM 42,446, and after deduct selling and admin expenses, we will get the net profit that amounted 38,046 ringgit.